In tonight's Commitment 2010 election coverage, the race for governor, Republican candidate Tom Corbett signed a no-tax pledge, but the question now is, will he break it if elected?
News 8's Matt Barcara was covering the race for governor, and today he pressed Corbett on that pledge.
This has been a major point of contention for Corbett and Democrat Dan Honorado since their first debate back in Hershey. And while it sounds like he said, the no-tax pledge is at the center of Corbett's campaign. So we went straight to the candidate to have him address the controversy. At last month's gubernatorial debate, Republican Tom Corbett was asked if he'd consider increasing payroll taxes to fund the state's unemployment compensation fund. This was Corbett's response.
I would look at the payroll tax, increasing the payroll contributions.
Since then, Corbett has come under fire from his opponent Dan Honorado, who says Corbett broke a no-tax pledge he made in February. It says the candidate will oppose and vote against any and all efforts to increase taxes. We met up with Corbett at a campaign event in Lancaster County Friday to see if he thinks he broke his pledge.
Listen, we're not even going to go there because my whole goal is to increase the jobs in Pennsylvania.
He would not say if he considers a contribution increase a tax increase.
Talking about what is or isn't, that's all hypothetical, that's all down the future. Let's worry about the election right now. Let's get through this election and get into office. That's what I'm focused on right now.
News 8 checked with Americans for Tax Reform, the group that wrote the no-tax pledge. It says raising the payroll contribution is a tax.
Is what's commonly known as a payroll tax, and this is not a matter of dispute.
Corbett told us he signed the pledge because he says Pennsylvania's taxes are too high and spending needs to be cut. But then he said this.
As long as we look at the option of a tax to increase to cover the spending, we will go that way.
We asked him to clarify what he means.
Can you explain how that's not contradictory to say you're not going to raise taxes, but then say you would look at raising the payroll tax?
Let me go back to what I said before. We're going to work to increase the economy in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to worry about the payroll tax at this point in time and that issue until after we get elected and we get in there and we start cutting the spending of Pennsylvania.
And according to Americans for Tax Reform, there is a way Corbett could raise the payroll tax and still not break the pledge. Its argument is as long as Corbett cuts taxes elsewhere to make up for that payroll tax hike, the overall budget would be tax neutral, and by the group's assessment, that would be in line with the pledge.
Well, you did a good job pressing a little further, but we still didn't get a hard answer.
There may be more to follow.
Okay, good.
That's your job. Thanks, Ben.